in the Deerwood and Air Glenfath. Of note is a description of a cavern where molten rock flows within a deep chasm. Okay. Weird. We'll take it though. But weird. But we'll take it. But weird. Fine. Let's get out of here. So we cleared the first area of the freaking city, guys. Wow. Took a while, but we did it. Now we can head to the second area, which is First Fires, and we can go talk to the Crucibles. No, because we need to go to Dunrid's Row first, I think. It's First Fires. This is the world map. Brackenbury. Let's go to First Fires first. A brutish warrior has arrived seeking employment. Let's go back to Kenua.
Better indeed.
Oh, so we just finished constructing the other wall. Cool. Okay. Now our defense is pretty high up. I like this. We'll build the barracks now. So both walls are constructed, the two barbicans are constructed. If we get the barracks rolling, we can have guards, and then we can get the prison rolling as well. I think that'll be good for us. Where's the brutish man? He's not here?
Better indeed.
Where is he? Is he in Bright Hollow? Is he like waiting there? Azek, no, I've not. Not slain any dragons lately. I don't know where he is, man. I haven't met a single dragon yet. Don't even know if there are dragons in this game. I've seen dragon skeletons. But maybe it's a case of like, you know, like in Game of Thrones where like dragons are now extinct. You know, of course, minus the dragons that Daenerys has.
The keep's coming along nicely.
Dude, I don't know where the guy is. It said a brutish warrior is come for employment. I don't see no brutish warriors anywhere. So I tried. But he's not around. So whatever. Whatevs. Like the young people say. No, they don't really say that. He leaves the stronghold.
My eye patch or my ear stump?
Sorry, I was only thinking. The eyeless face seems to hound my steps. They say he unravels mysteries as well as hides them, but I'm starting to doubt it.
Will does not unravel, but he helps guide you to the path of learning for yourself. If he gave us answers, the resulting knowledge would be without value.
You never get frustrated? With all these riddles and obtuse prophecies? Just once, I'd like to get a clear answer.
And just once, I'd like to meet a woman who goes into heat at the first whiff of Stelgar urine. But that's not going to happen either.
It depends, because we met Aloth. We saved him from the people at the inn that were trying to beat him up. In the first city, Gilded Vale. We met him in Gilded Vale, Ether. Because he wanted to go and meet another Watcher like us, so we brought him along. We met him in Magran's Fork, and he was he just wanted to apparently talk to us, and he was waiting for us even. We met Kana at Caed Nua. He's looking for something at Caed Nua that's like underneath the keep in the labyrinth. We haven't found it yet. And we met him in the forest that's down here, the Stormwald Gorge. And he was there, and he was just like looking to
Laying low.
explore more, like just catalog more of the nature and stuff. And we just brought him along. We got another character too. We got a ranger, and she's looking for a person that's reincarnated into something else, either an animal or a person, but she doesn't know where that person is. So she's looking for that person. We don't have her in the party yet because we can only have 6, and what she brought to the table wasn't that great compared to the others. So yeah. Let's go to the Ducal Palace, because we have an dispute to settle. Speak with Chancellor Warren at the Hall of Record inside the palace.
Hello?
I'll talk to you.
Hello?
The young woman wears a simple but well-tailored uniform. She watches the comings and goings around her with quiet attention. Any news to share, or are you just here to see the Ducal Palace? What's the Ducal Palace? It's the seat of government here in Defiance Bay. This is where Duke Admet Adrid declared freedom from Aedaran rules some 150 years ago. She lowers her voice and grins. It's also a hotbed of regional politics. Trust me, the gossip here beats what you'll find in any tavern or brothel in the city. Ah, Deerwood politics. It changes too quickly to be worth keeping up with. Better to strike up conversation in taverns and try to loiter inconspicuously in the palace corridor. Who are you? I'm a page here at the palace. I deliver messages and run errands for the Duke and his advisors. The pay's not great, but I can't think of a better introduction to politics. What goes on in here? She laughs. Where to start? We've got meetings, public hearings, ceremonies, and that's just the stuff that happens out in the open. She leans a little closer. This is where the Duke and his key advisors work, so there's always someone bartering for favor. Unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to talk about that side of things. But if you want the official versions... She clears her throat and gestures counterclockwise around the palace. We have a shrine devoted to Magran, official records, and chambers for public hearings and council meetings. Tell me about the Shrine of Magran. It's a symbol of Magran's protection of Defiance Bay. She's represented the revolutionary spirit of the Deerwood ever since independence, and her involvement in creating the Godhammer bomb only affirmed her importance to us. She scratches her neck. That's only where the first of the sacred fire burns, but Firga, the Tranquil Ardent, has had trouble keeping them lit. What kind of records are stored here? Mostly dull official stuff. Census count, tax records, militia registers. Now, I keep my distance. I got curious one day and got drafted into reshelving half of the records. She yawns. Worst day of my life. Is there a hearing going on right now? Sure is. Duke Ivar's been meeting with some of the city's leaders for weeks now, trying to figure out how to address the legacy. The whole business is terribly secret, though. I tried to sit in the gallery during my lunch break one day and got turned away. She sniffs, but a lot of the talk concerns animancy, so there's good reason they're keeping the meetings behind closed door. The legacy. Waidwin's legacy. That's what a lot of people call the Rash of Hollowborn. The theory goes that it's punishment for meddling in animancy. Why animancy is so controversial? She laughs. Where to begin? Traditionalists think it's a crime against the gods. There's no question that poking around in souls is risky, but the more progressive elements believe it's our only shot at restoring a healthy birth. And it doesn't help matters that animancy research often involves old Linguitan relics that were illegally looted from ruins in Air Glenfath. She makes a quick twitching motion with her index and middle fingers. What are Oloborn? She raises an eyebrow. You really are fresh from the road. Oloborn are children born without souls. They often don't live for very long, and those that do have generally received some kind of treatment from the Animancers. So what do you think about Animancy? Me? I think the real danger of Animancy is confusing a real scholar with an expensive fake. We get a new case here every day. Some poor couple in the gift of or Copper Lane who spent every copper they had on a miracle cure for their unborn children. It never works. She shakes her head. Breaks your heart, but there's usually nothing we can do for them. I see. Anyway, the legacy is what the politicians have all been whispering about lately. I'd like to ask about something else. Of course. I've already got my ear to the ground. Tell me about the current Duke. That would be Avar Wolfgren. Don't let the title fool you, though. Our dukes have been elected since independence. Some find Duke Avar rather coarse. He's a frontier noble. Personally, I think a rough and tumble type is just what Defiant Spain needs.
I'll see what I can find.
Interesting. So, politics. It's like, oh no, this is stealing. Well, there was nobody in that room, so whatever. This leads to the side door. This needs a key. Ever given the team a name? No, not yet. I guess I could call them the Shinobis. Ferga.
Good day to you.
The woman's head is bowed as her lips move in prayer. Just as you approach, you catch her glimpsing at the statue near her. She notices you and forces a smile. Praise be to Magrin and welcome to her temple. How may I be of service? You seem upset. What's wrong? Her shoulders slump. This is about the fire, isn't it? She puts a hand on your shoulder. They're just symbols. You can't put your faith in them. Only symbols? Is that why you're so distressed? No, She sighs with a hiss, like a release of steam. I've kept them burning steadily for 15 years, but I haven't been able to conjure them for months now, and people need to see them more than ever these days. What does that mean? It's my devotion and prayers that keep them lit, but lately when I try to pray, all I can think about are the Oloborn all over the city, the grieving families, the refugees. She shakes her head. How could Magrin allow us to suffer like this? What strength do we gain from a soulless child? The Shino 6? Oh, that could work. Durance grunts with disdain. What strength do we gain from adversity? From trial and tests? The fires don't wither because she lacks in faith. They wither because she does not understand how to be faithful to a whore. A whore wants neither praise nor devotion. A whore wants to be compensated for her services. And Magrin is paid and pleasured in sweat and struggle and pain. This mewling imbecile is unworthy of Magrin's womanly heat. Sure. And this has shaken your faith? She nods, running her hands through her hair. But I believe Magrin may be speaking to me again. She frowns and casts a quick glance in your direction. Lately I've been seeing visions. A place in the wilderness. With pools filled with sunbursts of colors, strange falls that seem to rise to the heaven, even while they splash into the earth. She raises her hands as if framing an image of her vision, and behind the falls is a cave, filled with fire and heat and danger, and some token of my goddess. I know there's something there, but where it is or how did I get there? She shakes her head. I've been meaning to ask around at the expedition hall to see if anyone recognizes the description. To be honest, though, I don't know what I'd do even if I found the place. Worthless like so many of Magrin's flock, afraid of her god's tests. If Magrin speaks to her, it is to hasten an end to an hypocrite's life, and this vision is surely a death trap for the weak. What is the significance of the sacred pyres? They symbolize Magrin's power and guidance, and right now the people of Defiance Bay needs to be assured of her presence. She crosses her arms, staring at the statue. Our neighbors in the Valiant Republic sees us as superstitious, but we're just sensitive to the signs and warnings of the gods. I'd like to know more about the temple here. Magrin is the most revered goddess among us Dirwoodans, so it's no surprise that her temple is part of the Ducal Palace. Her fires symbolize trials, revolutions, and the blazing of new paths, all of which are important to us. She gestures to the statue. This is the first of the sacred pyres. When this is lit, so are the rest around the city. Cinder of Faith. Travel to the cave from her vision.
How may I help?
The Waffle Crew?
Lies this way.
Oh, that's pretty cool, Zach. No, I like that idea. It's super cool. Maybe we could call them the Shino 6. I like it.
Yeah?
I thought it was going to be luck, though. I'm sad. Okay, let's try to steal. No, we've lost a little bit of reputation, whatever. I don't mind all that much.
Yeah? Hey there.
Thank you for coming, Shino. I've been trying to track you down for some time. This is Marshal Forwin, Earl Badamar's military advisor. He will serve as a witness for this proceeding. He gestures at the man next to him. Well met, Lord Warden. Your reputations precede you, I admit. You've created a bit of a stir throughout the nobility with your reclamation of Caed Nua. Most are still not sure what to think of you. Get to the point. The legitimacy of your claim to Caed Nua is in question. Earl Badamar has issued a ruling on the matter. Caed Nua was abandoned for over a century and I've claimed the land through strength of arms. My claim is legitimate. If there were no other claimant, you would be correct. Unfortunately, that is not the case. All will be made clear once Lord Gatbin arrives. Do you have any questions for me while we wait? What do you know of Gatbin? While I've met him but once, it was ample time to determine the character of Lord Ardadur Gatbin, or lack thereof. He is descended from an old Aedaran line that predates the War of Defiance. His great-grandfather, Ranig Gatbin, was the Earl of Yenwood during the war. That is, until he was stripped of his land and driven from the Dirwood. Yenwood. When the Dirwood was a mere colony of Aedir, it was divided into 9 earldoms. When the Aedirans were defeated, ultimately driven out, 2 of the earldoms were absorbed and borders were adjusted. The Yenwood was one such earldom. The Grasp is now the largest of the 7 earldoms after it consumed the pre-war earldom of Yenwood. It encompasses notable settlements such as New Eomar, Garen Grasp, Gilded Vale, and of course Caed Nua. Tell me about Earl Badamar. Earl Badamar comes from an esteemed line of lords that rose to prominence after the War of Defiance some 150 years ago. The Dirwood consists of 7 earldom. The Badamars govern the northern earldom known as the Grasp. So they govern my earldom. As to the current Badamar, he is as fine a man as I know. It is an honor to serve him. Tell me more about the Grasp. The Grasp is now the largest of the 7 earldom after it consumed the pre-war earldom of Yenwood. Oh yeah, I know. Other questions. Do you know which way Earl Badamar is ruled? I'm sorry, my lord, I do not. The Earl's decree is sealed. What was that about Road Warden? The one who rules Caed Nua on behalf of the Earl of Yenwood is traditionally known as the Road Warden. Your position might not be entirely official yet, but the title is an appropriate form of address. The Marshal nods and smiles. Your timing is impeccable. Here comes Lord Gadbin now. Uh-oh. With my cat just walking around. An opulent-dressed man strides toward the Chancellor, his sandy hair trailing him like a banner caught in a light breeze. Boot, eels echoing through the hall. An elven woman with cropped hair dressed in dark, glinting mail shadows his steps before taking position alongside him. She watches you unabashedly, taking your measure. Let's move past this formality as quickly as possible. I have other matters to attend to. It's well known that Caed Nua belongs to me by right. And where is this pretender, she who murdered the Raedrix, my own sister and her husband, and steals my land? Where is this low-born wretch? Warren clears his throat and glances at you. This woman here, this is the Lady of Caed Nua? I thought she was just another servant, perhaps a valet or a scullery maid. I'm gonna go with that. Everyone who owns their own keep, raise a hand. Go on, don't be shy. Imbecile, I hope you've enjoyed your time squatting on my land. Provoke me further and I'll hang you from the highest wall of Caed Nua when our business is finished. Chancellor, read the Earl's decree. Warren breaks the seal on the scroll and unfurls it. Regarding the matter of the Gadbin claim on Caed Nua, Earl Badimar finds that Gadbin claim was never relinquished. By law, Caed Nua is the rightful property of the Gadbin family. Shit. I knew it. Gadbin smirks at you triumphantly. I'm not yet finished reading, my lord. Gadbin rolls his eyes in motion for the Chancellor to continue. However, the Earl recognizes Shino's part in reclaiming Caed Nua, a site that has stood abandoned and even, some would say, cursed for over a century. Before Caed Nua is returned to the Gadbin family, the Earl has decreed that Lord Gadbin will provide compensation in the form of... Absolutely not. Gibbon folds his arm, a defiant scowl in his face. My lord? Warren raises his eyebrows. The amount is quite reasonable, and a requirement for your land to be returned to you. If you'll just allow me to finish, I'll not pay a single copper to this miscreant for my ancestral land. Do you think I'm blind to the Earl's motive, lackey? He thinks he can send a message with this insult. I have a message you can send that son of a whore. Gedbin raises an open hand as the Chancellor shrinks from him, arm raised in defense. Grab his arm. Keep your hands off me, you peasant! Gedbin yanks his arm free of your hand and steps back. The elven woman deftly draws a pistol from her thick layered belt, her eyes widen in anticipation. My lord, my lady, please, there's no need for further violence. Lord Gedbin holds your gaze for several heartbeats, his eyes burning with hatred. I'll be coming for what's mine, count on it. Come, Captain Emery, we're leaving. He sneers defiantly before storming down the hall. The captain lowers her pistol and gives a smirking shrug before following her employer. Well, I can say that Gadbin's reaction was entirely unexpected, though through no fault of your own, I'm afraid. You've made a powerful enemy. He did seem a little upset, didn't he? I heard he's always been vicious, even as a boy, and he can't hold a grudge for a very long time. In any case, Caed Nua now officially belongs to you since Lord Gadbin has rejected the Earl's decree. He hands you a deep blue scepter which looks to have been carved entirely out of sapphire. Here, this belongs to one of the old lords of Caed Nua. By right, it's yours now. I've gained Geared Awareness Stannis added to the inventory. Tell Gadbin if I catch him or any of his people on my land, they'll be executed. An extreme measure to be sure, but I will pass the message along. It was a pleasure to finally meet you, my lady. Warren bows. Perhaps we'll speak again under more pleasant circumstances. Farewell, Shino. Hopes for a loophole written in the fine print. Well, the loophole is there. He refused, so it's mine now. So...
Sure.
That bastard... Well, now we have our keep officially Like, legally, it's ours now. So, in your face. In your face. Make a hard save. Let's make a quick save. And let's call it a night for now, guys. For today. I'm going to be playing this game again, guys, tomorrow. Apologies that I'm leaving a little bit earlier than usual. I'm super tired. I got to sleep. We'll be streaming tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. EST as per usual. We'll be streaming more of this. Again, I'm going to repeat what I said at the beginning of the stream. We are pushing back our playthrough of God of War to May 8th, which means that we'll have even more days to play non-stop Pillars of Eternity. So if you guys want to see the follow-up to this, the rest of our exploration of the city, maybe us choosing a side, either the Dozen, Crucible Knight, or House Dolmer. We'll see what happens, but yeah, it's going to be awesome. I will see you guys tomorrow for that. Before we go, I'm gonna leave you guys in the good hands of somebody else that's streaming. Just hold on for a second. Who is streaming right now that we could give some love to? Let us see. Let us see. You know what? Let's see who's streaming Pillars right now. Let's give you guys some more of Pillars of Eternity. Let's give some love to Shady Pyro. I know Shady Pyro is a cool dude. Give him some love, and I will see you guys tomorrow for more of this. Good night, guys. Bye-bye.